Hello, my fellow humans. Welcome to the 5D New Human Spiritual Quest podcast. I'm your host, John Weber. I am a 5D new human. This podcast is a 5D new human talking about what 5D perception is all about. From this human, from this new human, from this experience. Everyone is waking up to their own 5D frequencies. Everyone is coming to their own 5D realizations. Everyone is seeing through the matrix. We're seeing through the narratives. We're sensing the world around us in a completely different way. Take a deep breath. You know if you're in 5D because you're feeling antsy. You're feeling upset. You're feeling curious. You're feeling dull. You're just feeling tired. You're just feeling exhausted. You're feeling amazing. You're feeling so connected. You are just flying high. All of these frequencies that flow around us are what 5D perception is. We're no longer connecting ourselves and trying to figure things out by words and narratives and stories and which side is right and which group is correct and what's the path forward for humanity. 5D New Human is a frequency that exists inside of us. I call it the God frequency. You can feel in your chest that you are alive. You know that life force pumps through your chest. As you slowly exhale, you'll feel the frequency of your heart pumping. When you get really good at this, you'll notice your heart pumping all the time. But initially, you just pause and you hold your breath and just let it out slowly. And as you do, you just kind of create a little bit of space. You create a little bit of room around the chaos that goes on in your head, around the chaos that goes around in the world, around the chaos that goes online, the chaos that's everywhere in every place that you can touch right now. So we take a deep breath and we just create a little bit of space. Feel the space in a deep breath. Notice as you exhale what you feel in your belly. That's 5D perception. That's the 5D new human frequency. So one of the things that we begin to notice is when we're feeling good and we're feeling amazing, everything feels good. And that's an amazing place to be. And we all want to be in that space. So I've been doing this podcast now for a while. And as many of you have been following and commenting and recognizing that I make a lot of mistakes, right? I start talking, I get excited and I mispronounce words or I use the wrong words, right? I am channeling, meaning I am just taking the information, the words that come into my head, and they're coming out my mouth. And those words, where do they come from? They come from my mind? Do they come from my thoughts? Where do they come from? Do they come from the ether? Do they come from my brain? Do they come from my mind? Where do those thoughts come from? And obviously you can read and study and you can have all different types of ideas. And they're all legitimate. They're all valid because every single human being that has a thought is connected to their source frequency, which is life itself, that pumping in their chest, that love and light, that frequency itself is life. And that life frequency is God frequency. I know that freaks people out. I say that's God. We're gods. We literally are that life source frequency that flows through all of existence, flows through me, and it flows through you, and it flows through every other human being. So that frequency is the life frequency. That's the God frequency. So in that frequency, we're God. We're co-creating our experience on this planet because we get to interact with the world from this place, which is who we are inside, right? We are in this frequency inside of our own body is life. Take a deep breath, find that frequency. Know that you are that frequency. That God frequency is you. That God frequency is me. That God frequency is the new human, the 5D new human perception. It's a frequency. Take a breath. Notice the frequencies. So when you tap into your frequencies and you find this place and you create a little bit of space around it, you sit quiet in the morning for 3 minutes, try to find that space, right? What you'll notice is the words that flow, there's words that flow. Where do they flow from? From the universal mind, from the universal consciousness, from the God source, from our own thoughts, from our own perceptions, from our own subconscious. No matter what you think it is, and you say, this is the way it is, and I know that this is the way it is, and I can prove that this is the way it is. Okay, then that's the way it is for you. But it doesn't mean that that's the way it is for every other person on the planet. So people who grew up in India, right, with religious traditions that are much more attuned to the spiritual resonances of being God, of actually discovering those frequencies and resonating with those frequencies, they're different. They're different than they are in Western civilization, right? We have our Christian doctrines, right? Or we have our Judeo-Christian traditions, right? We have the Abrahamic religions of Islam, and all of these frequencies flow throughout all of humanity. And every single one of those frequencies, we can resonate with it. And no matter which group you're with, you know what's love and light. You know where you feel right. You know where you feel whole. You know where you feel centered. Live from this place inside where you create a little bit of space around you. You create a little bit of room. You create this 5D little space for your mind and body to create a buffer between you and the world as you see it externally. Okay. So when somebody comes up, some information comes at you, we have an immediate response. We get triggered. Like it's called a reticular activator. We immediately get triggered. Something shows up, we're getting triggered. What triggers us? It's frequency. There's a frequency that triggers you. And we label those triggers. We go, oh, that irritates me. That gets me angry. That kind of gets me sad. That really, really drains me. That makes me very, very sad. I'm ashamed of these feelings. Think of all of those frequencies. Those are all frequencies. Those frequencies are also attached to words. So when we're walking and we're in our 5D and we're just purely in the source frequency of 5D, we're just loving life and we're just right here. And we just find this place, stay there. Find where that place is, find where you love life, find that. That's the 5D new human perception, right? If you're not finding it, if you can't find it, the way you're going to find it is through the triggers. You're going to find it through the suffering. You're going to find it through the frequencies that are there, because 5D perception is feeling the frequencies. So you've got to notice when a frequency shows up and it's a stress frequency and you can feel yourself getting all jacked, right? What do? You start assigning words to it. You start explaining why you're irritated. You explain why you're upset and why that's justified, right? And it's because of them. It's because of it. It's because of that. It's because of whatever it is. It's always something else, because God, it's not inside of me, because I'm perfect inside of me, right? Right? Yes, you are. Inside of you, nothing's broken. The only thing that's broken are the words that you're using to describe what's going on inside of you, that you think something is broken. There's nothing broken inside of us. Everything that happens inside of us happens inside of each and every one of us. So 5D new humans, we're just coming to realize, how do we manage our own internal frequencies? That's 5D perception. That's 5D perception. So when something happens online, it triggers you. Boop. First time it triggers you, you get angry, you get upset, and then you kind of sit with that. And you hold your breath, and you feel that frequency. You don't like that frequency. We don't like that frequency. We assign all the words to that frequency. Don't do any of that. Feel the frequency. Love the feeling of that frequency. Notice the feeling of that frequency. What is that feeling? Where exactly is that feeling? Is that feeling in my head? Is that feeling in my stomach? Am I feeling it in the back of my neck? Am I feeling it in my lower back? Am I feeling it in my knuckles? Where is that feeling? Like, start to notice the sensation, because it's only a frequency. So when we get the frequency, we wrap ourselves around that frequency, and we define that frequency as what? As anxiety, as stress, as irritation, as sadness, as guilt, whatever the words are, right? They're all frequencies. 5D New Humans, we're no longer dealing with the negative frequencies. We're just moving beyond them. That's what 5D New Human perception is. We move beyond the negative frequencies. And we do that, not that you're going to remove the negative frequencies, because you're never going to do that, because that's part of our experience. That's what makes life exciting and thrilling, and that's actually why we're here. What we're letting go of is the 3D matrix, which is a machine that we've built, by the way, and I say we meaning humanity. We've built this machine. We've built all these rules. We've built all these religions. We've set up all of these educational structures. We've set up all these institutions. Everything has been set up to give us control of our reality, to think that somehow once we know the right thing, we'll know how to get along. That's the 3D matrix. The 3D matrix is broken. The world is breaking free right now. What's happening in the world right now is everything is coming out. All the lies, all the pollution, all the politics of greed and of manipulation, and how the powers to be have been stealing from the majority of people who pay taxes and go out. Like, all of this stuff is now coming to light. And it's coming to light because humanity is coming to 5D perception. We're reaching a frequency of saying, well, something isn't right here. Something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't smell right. Something isn't right. And the thing is, we used to think the problem was with them. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. And as you point around the entire room and you point around the entire world, eventually you point at you, because you too are part of the whole. You too are part of our reality. You too are part of the collective humanity. You too are part of the collective awareness and the collective consciousness that we are. So we take a deep breath. We start to realize I live on the inside. How I feel on the inside is my experience. So let's stop using the dystopian words of stress and anxiety and fear and worry, and all of those negative words carry negative frequencies. So how do we fix that? Well, number one, we notice the frequency. So notice when you have a feeling, notice something triggers you. Feel what it is, know where you feel it, label it whatever you want to label it. You label it anxiety, or label it stress, or label it sorrow, or whatever it is. Those frequencies are not going to go away. But what we are going to do is we're going to create the love and light buffer around those frequencies. So we live in love and light. We vibe in love and light all the time. So as we're vibing in love and light, we're not becoming triggers to everybody else. We're remaining nice and cozy and comfy in our own space of 5D perception. Are you getting this? I'm talking about 5D perception. I'm talking in 5D about 5D to 5D New Humans. You have your own understanding on this. I'm only sharing my understanding. I am a 5D New Human. I am explaining as I'm seeing this new earth. I'm using my words. I'm using my vocabulary. I'm using my own tools of understanding, right? And my intuitions and my experiences. And you know what? People are going to say, well, where's your degree? What gives you the right to say that? What gives me the right to say that is I'm a human being. That's what gives me the right. I am alive. I have life flowing through me. I have the same frequencies flowing through me that flow through everybody else. And my opinion is no more valid than anybody else's, right? So you may give a higher value opinion to someone who you deem as educated, that you deem as an academic, or that you deem as religiously qualified, or they've gone to the right schools, or they've had the right training, or they're the right religion, whatever that is. That's all still there. It's all out there. But that's the 3D matrix that we're still trying to keep everything in boxes. Let's put everything where it belongs, and let's make sure we know where we belong. Well, that's gone. The new earth is the 5D new human being, and it's just love and light. We're just living by our own love and light frequencies. We're bringing love and light to the world around us. And we start by finding the love and light within ourselves. So we've got to love ourselves first. We've got to find that love inside of ourselves first. So when we feel the anxiety, we label it, we feel it, we sit with it. Where is this feeling it? Why is it feeling that way? We wrap ourselves around that frequency, and we love that frequency. We love that feeling. And rather than trying to resist that feeling and trying to reject that feeling, we embrace and we love that feeling. We warm it inside of our own love and light. And we say, thank you. I now feel this anxiety, and I notice I'm feeling it in my belly. I know I'm feeling it in my lower back. I know I feel it in my head. Notice it, and I recognize that frequency. And I say, I love that this frequency is here to remind me of what I'm unhappy about, to remind me of a situation that is not sitting right with me, and it's something that I'm going to have to necessarily deal with. But I'm going to love that frequency. And then over time, that frequency, the more you focus on it, the more you allow that frequency to yell at you, like allow that frequency within you to get mad at you. You just hold your love and light space and just feel the frequency. Feel the frequency within you and love that frequency within you, just as much as you would try to love the frequency of someone that you saw on the street who was sad and hurt. Right? If you had a child who came to you and they were all upset and they were freaking out, right? You wouldn't try to stop them. You wouldn't shut them off. You'd hold them and you'd say, tell me about it, honey. Oh, I can imagine how that feels. Oh, and tell me about it. And they get it all out. They get it all out, and then they're loved. You need to do that with yourself. Get it all out so that you're happy, so that you love you. I love the fact that my anxiety shows up. I love that my sorrow shows up, because that's a communication for me. That's a frequency for me to assimilate. That's a frequency of me communicating with the universe, with the source frequency, which is in all of us, right? You may think I'm nuts. Welcome to 5D perception. You have your own 5D perception. You have your own intuitions that are coming online. We're all waking up right now. We're all turning on our lights. And the 5D new human, which I am one of, are the human beings that are putting their face to this. So this information is going to be coming out through the AIs, right? Because the AI is a way that it can present information, but it's not human, so we don't resonate with it. 5D new humans are the human beings who are putting this stuff out, and they're putting their face behind it, and they're willing to communicate what they're experiencing, how they're experiencing it, and what it means for them. Doesn't mean I'm right. I'm right for me. You're right for you. And every single person is going to be right for themselves. How do we find what's right for ourselves? We zoom in and we discover this place inside of us, our source, right? Our love and light. It's in our heart. It's a frequency. Our heart is the umbilical cord to God, to love and to light. That's the source frequency. And when our source frequency is right, and our head is in the right place, and we're feeling this love and light, and we know it because we feel peace. We feel this contentment that comes when we just pause. We sit quiet, wake up in the morning and just pause. Take a deep breath and hold it. And just notice how much peace there is inside of you when you're just quiet, because that's who you are, your source code. You are God frequency. That's who we are as humans. We are the God frequency. We are the new human. We are the 5D new humans. And when we vibrate in love and light collectively, we manifest our collective reality. You can call that reality your experience. You can call it reality. You can call it the simulation. You can call it the new earth. You can call it paradise. You can call it hell. Are you catching on to this frequency discussion that I'm sharing with you? No matter what it is that I'm suggesting, if you're resisting it and rejecting it, good. That means that we're creating some room. Something inside of you is feeling a little bit off. And whatever that is that's inside of you that's feeling a little bit off, that's you. That's inside of you. Love that. Love you. Love that. Love you. Love your stress. Love your worry. Love your anxiety. Love your guilt. Love your jealousy. Love it all. Find it, love it, feel it. Thank it for being there. Thank it for being there. And then I'll stay with it until it no longer needs you to hold it, just like a little kid. Hold it, stay with it. If it takes you a week or it takes you a month. And if you need help, if there's 5D new humans that specialize in one specific channel of information. Those who have suffered mental abuse, those who have suffered anxiety, stress, those who have suffered from jealousy, those who have suffered as victims, right? Those who suffer with anger issues and they can't seem to control themselves. All of these frequencies are part of our human experience. And the thing is, the answers to these inner 5D spiritual frequencies, this new human, this new earth, this 5D new human perception, the kingdom of God, which is in here, the answer is inside of you. The answer is not in a collective matrix. It's not in a book. We cannot put into a book what we are, because we are source energy. We are the whole of it. We are everything that exists. That's 5D new human perception. The 5D new human perception is coming online, and as we collectively move to where we feel amazing and we live in this space and we start loving one another and we start mirror looping one another's communication. So if you like what you're hearing here, share it with somebody else. Sit down with somebody. Maybe if you hate this, share it with somebody else and let them hate it with you, right? So that you can assimilate this frequency, and then you can hit us with those frequencies. Let me feel those frequencies, because everything that's in this universe is perfect. It's all source energy. It's all love and light. That's all there is. And the only thing that's not love and light is a frequency that's off inside of me, because my fear is love. Fear is love. Bible says that fear is the beginning of wisdom. Like fear is the first thing that says, oh, there's something here I need to be mindful of. You know, as a small child, we go about our life and a child is born. You know, I noticed, when my baby was first little, and first bath, and you'd put the water in. Of course, you'd want to get the water just right, because you'd worried about it being too hot or too cold. And then you think, it's a little chilly when I'm going to put the baby in. It's going to be too cold. The baby doesn't even know the frequency. Like, the baby is not expecting hot or cold. So the baby just gets into the water and experiences the water. Obviously, if it's too hot, that can be abusive. And that can create a trigger that's obviously way beyond the experience itself. But a child is not feeling the temperature of water. Like, why is it when we're 7, we can swim even when it's freezing cold outside at 60 degrees and the water is 80? And we come out of the water and we're literally shaking because we're so cold and our lips are blue, right? But we love it. We love it because we're having an experience. And the fact that as we get older, we don't like that frequency because I don't like being cold. Well, the fact that we don't like being cold is an awareness. And so something triggers inside and says, no, I don't really like that being cold thing. So we become mindful of it. We get a little anxious when we see the fact that the temperature is going to go down overnight. So we say, oh, thank you for feeling that frequency. I can't make myself love the warmth, or I can't make myself love the cold. But what I can do is allow this frequency to tell me time to put the heat up, time to put an extra blanket in my car or on my bed, right? So we're interacting with life as we always would, but what we're disconnecting from is the collective matrix. Get rid of the matrix thinking, like get rid of everyone that wants to line up on your team. You have to get everyone to agree with you, and you need to line up with everyone who agrees with you. No. You have to agree with you. Only you. There's only you here. There's only you in this 5D perception world. You come to realize that we live inside of the kingdom of God. It's in here. Everything that makes you you is in here. Everything that exists in your reality is in here. Because that's all that exists, is what's inside of you. There's nothing external to you. Anything external to you are just frequencies. They're light frequencies, they're sound frequencies, they're smell frequencies, they're wind frequencies, they're texture frequencies, right? There's words that we've assimilated. Like everything that's happening externally to you is not happening externally. It's happening internally because you are inside. You are inside the kingdom of God. The world isn't outside of you. The world is inside of you. This is deep stuff. This is the 5D New Human Perception. You can study this stuff through scripture. You can study this stuff through mysticism. You can study this stuff through the occult. You can study this stuff through philosophy, through metaphysics, through physics, through lots of sciences now coming on board. But the reality is, no matter what words that you use to describe this, no matter what path you want to take to get to know something, that's what we used to do. And that's how we educated people, because you can bring them along a path. 5D New Humans, we just vibrate in the frequency. We just know that we're frequency. We can sense the frequencies all around us. That's the 5D New Human. That's the 5D New Human Perception. Are you at 5D yet? You're invited. That's what we're talking about right here. Give me a couple of seconds of your attention as I run a commercial for my podcast. See if you like this, and we're trying to generate a spirit of love and light. Hopefully you feel it that way. Have a listen. A 5D perspective on success and money. Your success is a perception. Being content and full with who you are and what you are. If you attach any value to money, you're not in 5D. From 5D, you realize that you are whole, complete, and everything that you want or need is inside of you. And it's a perception that you love you, you hold you, you strengthen you. You are you. And you are everything. And carry that energy forward into your life, into everything that you do. And success will come to you. Because that is success. Because you are success. Because whatever you decide, that's your life. You choose it. A 5D perception. Are you at 5D yet? You're welcomed and invited. The Spiritual Quest. "5D New Human" right here, John Weber. 5D New Human right there, watching this podcast. 5D New Human Perception. It's really nothing new. We're remembering. We're members of this inner world. The whole universe is you. The whole world is you. We are source code. We are the source frequency. That is love and light. That's all there is. That's all there is love and light. That's all there is love and light. And when you come to this true inner vibrational frequency and you realize that every single thing around you is love and light, you just move to where you feel comfortable. Just move to where you feel comfortable, because that's the best place to be. That's the place where you belong. And when we all move our frequencies and we all interact in the world from this love and light place, and we're all reaching our highest ideals, our highest objectives, and we're all mirror looping this love and light frequency, which we have in abundance because we're all directly connected to source energy. When we get our heart and we get our stomach and we get our head in alignment, we've got those three sections. That's the Trinity of God. Those are the three frequencies that when you line up, you are in perfect harmony with the world around you. That's 5D New Human. That's the new earth that we're manifesting, and it's already here. Deep breath in, the kingdom of God. It's in you. It's a frequency inside of you. You know it's existing inside of you. This is the 5D New Human Perception. This is the 5D New Human Podcast. I am a 5D New Human. One voice. There's millions. There's millions of us. And if you're one of us, few of us are leading the way in saying we're willing to put our face out there. I'm putting my face out there, John Weber, 5D New Human. Let's talk about it. You interested in exploring this? Let's have discussions. You interested in arguing this? Great. Argue it. Let's have at it. Right? Love and light. Let's just talk about it. Let's just experience it, because there is no right or wrong. There's only this and that. There's no information that's out there. There's only frequencies. And everything is a frequency. And the frequency, the end result of every frequency is love and light, because we are a collective living organism called Source. We are life itself. We are a never-dying, everlasting system of life, and that's who we are. That's who we are as humans. We realize that we are God. We are living beings in a reality that we collectively manifest together. That's the 5D New Earth. And you're one of us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening in. Please share my information if you like it. My podcast on the Spotify and Apple, The Spiritual Quest. My YouTube channel, Seeker Explorer. Facebook, The Spiritual Quest, where I share many other voices who are kind of promoting the same information, those who are tapping into these inner frequencies. Seeker Explorer on the Substack. We got a book called Are You at 5D Yet? You can check out my videos on Rumble, The Spiritual Quest. We're pushing it. Check us out on X, The Spiritual Quest. Wherever you can find, wherever you're resonating, hey, let's share this. Let's find one another. Let's make this 5D New Earth a reality for you too, because it's only a perception and we're already in the new Earth. I love you, and I thank you for being here. Peace.